Matt, many of us were shocked, horrified, and appalled by the death of young Josue Flores last week in this city.
Yep.
And some of us were hurt beyond words. And I understand as a father of a 9-year-old, I can only imagine, man, that happening to my child or a member of my family.
I agree.
But I think it's also important that we, as citizens of this city, hold the Houston Police Department's Homicide Investigative Unit to a higher standard, because they arrested that young brother, Shay, and that young brother was not guilty of that crime, did not commit that crime, and they had no real tangible evidence whatsoever, but a faulty eyewitness saying that's him, and another eyewitness saying it was not him. When the Department of Justice has already declared that 70% of all eyewitness identifications in crimes, especially cross-racial identifications, are wrong and incorrect.
So let me say this. There are parts of what you just said I completely agree with, and I understand that the Houston Police Department doesn't like the fact that they're in this particular situation, and it's unfortunate. But look, Quanell, here's the thing. You know, when something like this happens, we want the police department to immediately find the individual that committed this crime. And when they don't do it right away, then people get on their backs because they're not going fast enough. And then when they do bring someone in so that they can begin to take a look at something and find out what exactly happened, sometimes what just happened to the Houston Police Department happens as well. They find out it's not that individual. So believe me, I feel bad for that individual. I don't think that's right. But at the same time, the police department never seems to be able to do things the correct way, in spite of many people.
Matt, you don't charge an innocent man with killing a child in the most heinous, horrific manner based on the public's pressure to make an arrest. Often public pressure to make a quick arrest is wrong. So what I'm hoping is that someone from the top of HPD will make sure that a high standard is implemented in that homicide division that has had problems in the past with arresting the wrong people.
And I think that's exactly what will happen. I think that obviously there's a lot of people that are going to be looked at, and this particular situation is going to be, you know, fixed in one way or the other. But again, you know, I'm not saying that these kinds of things should happen all the time, but we get very angry when they don't grab somebody quick, Matt, and when they take their time, we get angry.
That's true, but now there's something that we as black people can do for Jose Flores' family.
Okay.
Because that was a black brother right now, as we're being told, to kill that child. Somebody among our community know who the perpetrator is.
I think I saw you say that.
And up under no circumstances we allow him to be safe within our community. He's a child killer, and we need to get rid of him and turn him in as quick as we possibly
can.
Look,
I think I agree with you. And you know who would be an individual in that community that could really help? That would be you, and I'm glad that you are. So good job.